Okay, so I would like you to take your tile and put it into a repeat pattern, something like this, so that you can see what's happening in the over the cracks. So you're going to take a photograph of your homework. You're going to find that on your desktop and you're going to open it up in Photoshop. Notice that this is a little bit crooked and it's a little bit perspectively warped, so I'm going to put a grid over top of it. I go to View, Show, Grid, puts a grid on there. I'm going to select the whole thing, select all. You can do a Control A for that. Then I need to transform it. So I'm going to hit a Control T and I can rotate this a little bit until I feel like it's straight in there. Now I'm looking at the bottom line here along the grid and I'm getting that straight and I'm pressing enter. Then I'm going to transform it again. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform, and this time I'm going to distort. Now I can take it, see how this is not lining up along the grid right there? So this grid line here, I think I'm going to bring up just a little bit so it lays along there better. And I'm going to pull it out to the right because I can see it's not lining up to this. It's got to hit that, so I'm pulling it out to the right just a touch. And this left one wants to be clear out to here. So that's one full box. I'm pulling that over. All right, that's closer to square. It's not perfect, but it's going to do for this assignment today. Enter, save my changes. I want to get rid of the grid. So I'm going back to Show. And Grid and click that off. I'm going to deselect, so that's Control D. You also can go to Select and find it up here. I want to select an exact square around that tile, so I'm going to set up here. Usually when I have my marquee on, it says normal. I want to do a fixed ratio. I want it to be 1 to 1. So set this to 1 and set this to 1. Or 2 to 2 or 6 to 6 or whatever, and that'll select a perfect square. I'm going to start here at the top corner and I'm going to select my tile here to the bottom corner. Notice that no matter where I move my cursor, it only lets me do a tile. So, or it only lets me do a square. So I'm pulling this down and it's not quite including, it's kind of doing a little, still not perfect, am I? All right, so I'm going to put that and then I'm going to move it a little to the right and a little bit up to try and get this as good as I can. All right, go to Image, Crop, and it'll crop to your selection. That's pretty close. If I wanted to select again, I could go inside of that perhaps and trim off some of that wood that I have at the bottom. But I'm cutting into my circle on the right, so I want to be careful. Crop that again. That looks better. That shows pretty much just my pattern. I do have this white stripe on the bottom, but I'll allow it for today. We could transform actually. Why don't I go Control T, or actually I'm going to go to Transform, Distort again. I'm going to pull this so that the white stripe, just so I'll be professional about it, right? There, now I have black all around. I can enter that. And if I deselect and then I select all, it should go right up around that. Okay. Great. I'm ready to make a pattern. So I'm going to go up. Oh, no, I'm not. Actually, I have to make it 6 inches by 6 inches, like the assignment says. So I'm going to go to image size, which is Control-Alt-I, and I get this box here. 41.278. Yeah, I'm in a square, so that's great. I want to constrain those proportions. But my resolution, I want to do 200 pixels per inch. So I want to change this to 6. But that's still 72, so that didn't work. I'm going to have to cancel that. Control-Alt-I, and I'm going to have to resample. All right. So now when I go to 6 here, I get 6 by 6 at 495. That's fine. Control-Alt-I again. This time resample. Connect these two so they stay connected, and my resolution is going to be 200. That's going to throw away some pixels, but that's no problem because I'm going down. I'm making it smaller. Okay, so now I have, if I check it one last time, Control-Alt-I, a 6 by 6 at 200 pixels per inch. I'm good. I'm going to define the pattern now. So I go to Edit, Define Pattern. I'm going to name the pattern Circular Tile. You'll name it whatever you want. Okay. Next, you're going to create a new document. I would like you to make this 18 inches by 18 inches. I don't care if the orientation is horizontal or vertical because it's going to be square. Make sure that your resolution is 200 pixels per inch and create that. Now I have a square document. I'm going to go to Edit, Fill. Up here, if it doesn't say Pattern, click the down arrow and find Pattern. Click on Pattern. Then come here where it says Custom Pattern and click down and take the last one that you did. I've done this a couple times before, so you see a whole bunch of them there, but yours should just have one if you've done it once. Click on that. Okay, and it fills it up. Now you have 3 across and 3 down. You've got an image of 9 tiles. I would like you to save that. So you're going to go to File, Save As. Name it Tile 1 or Tile 2, and then your name. Save it as a JPEG. So if this says it wants to be a Photoshop document or a PSD, go to this drop-down arrow. Make sure that you're getting JPEG, not JPEG 2000 or stereo. Look at where it's saving it. This PC desktop. Okay, that's good. Save. This is going to give you options. Let's make it maximum large. JPEGs aren't very big, so that's fine. Okay. And then I want you to go to your desktop and I want you to upload it to the discussion board in Canvas for today's discussion.